Welcome to SIssues. We are two sisters with issues and a need to work them out, and we're inviting you along for the ride.
Here we are taking the big things we have in common. Our love for Outlander, inappropriate humor, and why people do the things they do. Mix this up with our dirty lady mo's, and this podcast is born.
But don't worry, we'll explore other issues too.
Because you know,
when you have sisters, you have issues.
If you are easily offended or don't appreciate the creative use of colorful Canadian cursive language, this is not the podcast for you.
Well, it's been an interesting day so far, hasn't it been, sister?
Oh, it has. It's been good. I hope I'm coming down. Off my ledge.
Welcome to SIssues, everybody, because I'm Phil.
And I'm Sharon. It's a SIssues kind of day.
It is. It's been a little bit of a crazy day, but we're back with our to watch party, rewatching Outlander. We are on season 3, episode 9, The Doldrums.
Wow. It should be a good one.
Yeah, I think so too. So guys, make sure that you skip the recap and go directly to the song. And Miss Cher, you will take us off.
See how fast we went into this one? Usually we talk for like 5 minutes.
I know, right? Well, because we've already been talking off the podcast.
We talked off the ledge. We were like, okay, we've got to get this off of our chest first before we start, because we are going to, we're going to show everybody just how homicidal we both
Well, I've been busy painting, of course, and thank goodness that's almost done. And then, well, you've had the day.
I've been writing.
Yes, there you go. You've been writing, and just as Miss Diana, sometimes days of writing, you just wish, damn it, I wish the subject matter would
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Yes, the subject matter sometimes just makes you want to gouge eyes out, and the writing has been problematic.
Yeah, gotcha.
Problematic.
Alrighty, so let's get into this episode. Count us down, sister.
When I hit 1, you guys are going to hit play. So 3, 2, 1. Almost forgot to hit.
You were like loading a rifle or something. You know what? The day hasn't been that bad, sister. Just chill the frick out.
You don't know what you're talking about. Don't you tell me. Do not tell me it has not been that bad. You do not know what it's like to be inside of this skin ball today.
Okay. And everybody, thank your lucky stars.
Right? Because this skin sack today is like, it's tight. It feels tight and restrictive. And oh my gosh, I wish somebody would loosen it. It's like somebody just started the nape of my neck and just cut it all the way down to my hips. And just, because
you know what might help is a shower. Sometimes it helps you feel like you've lost a layer of skin.
But sometimes it also feels like it's just little daggers hitting all over your body.
Yeah, that's true.
See?
That's true.
Right? See, this is how incredibly psychotic I feel today. Right?
Well, it's a great day to do a podcast, so welcome everybody. Alrighty, so here we go. So I know that most of this episode was shot in South Africa, so that's kind of cool.
Yep, South Africa. The ships that they're using are the ones that they use from the Black Sails Star Show. Yeah. So they took over the Black Sail sets and all that stuff. So it's pretty cool stuff.
And this ship actually isn't even really there in the first scene, so they kind of just warped that in. So
yep, CGI, man. And see, that's the coolest stuff, is that when you can't tell that it's CGI, that it's CGI. Yeah. Oh, look, there's Jared.
Jared's
Jimmy's
cousin.
Or cousin. Yeah,
cousin,
that's right.
Cousin.
Cousin. I knew that.
He's not my uncle, but
I don't know why I said that.
I don't know, but that's okay. We get it.
I know why. Because I was thinking of Jerry, and Jerry's our uncle.
Yes.
That's why.
Yes. Exactly.
That's why.
I love him all draped up in his fancy little outfit.
Robert Kavanagh. He's very fancy looking there. I always pictured Jared as a little bit older looking, but he's pretty he's pretty handsome.
Well, I like
Cousin
how he
Jared.
portray. I see him as cousin Jared. You know what I mean? Like,
well, you do because he's right there.
Oh, for freak's sake!
What?
As a relative of Jamie's, he just seems educated, not overly excitable. He seems like a good businessman, and I know he is. But that's how he becomes believable to me, I guess.
I getcha. For me, it's the ponytail.
Ah, well, okay, well.
It's not, but I just thought I'd say that because I turned around and I saw his ponytail.
Okay. Squirrel.
You know what? I wanted to say something that was different and off, and
it was good, and it's not unusual, so it's all good. It's all good. So I think at this point, they've
also Robert Kavanagh there. You were mentioning before that you were watching The Crown.
Yeah,
he played the psychiatrist there on The Crown.
Oh, that's right.
Season.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he did too.
Yeah.
I like The Crown too. The Crown was good.
Yeah.
Well, at least they've put their issues aside right now. So
hi, Leslie. Hi, Hayes. Hi, Kiki.
You know what?
Hey, James.
It's so funny. The producers really, really liked Leslie and Hayes because we no longer have Angus and Rupert, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they're great. It's a great substitute. So I know the producers just loved them. They bounced off each other so well. So
yeah. Oh, they did. And the duo themselves were kind of, and it was nice because this time, instead of, where Rupert and Angus were more of Dougal's men, right? Yeah. These guys are McDou's, right? Yeah. They're Jamie's guys. They're there to, help him to, and Kiki Fleming, who plays Leslie, is such a natural goofball too. Like, he just brings this real jovialness to the part. But a real dedication both of those characters have to Jamie, which is really nice.
Exactly. Well, they were with him in Ardsmuir, right?
Ardsmuir, yeah.
Ardsmuir, yeah, exactly.
Ardsmuir.
Yeah. And all of the boat scenes were actually done on the back lot.
Mm-hmm.
And it was done by moving the camera, so it made it look like, the boat was actually moving. But yeah, this is done on the back lot, like, hey, time to go for lunch. Okay, everybody head to McDonald's.
They have McDonald's in South Africa too, but still probably not on the back lot. Yeah, and they have the pulleys and stuff like that they have they have them on these rolly things too, so they can roll the boat back and forth. But yeah, all the water and everything CGI and all that fun stuff. They do have some bigger areas where they film water scenes and stuff like that, but not these ones in particular. This is all done on green screen. And
of course this is way different for them, right? Because it was shot in South Africa. It was hot and sunny. And is it hot and sunny in Scotland?
Not so much.
Everybody's sweating their balls off here.
Yeah, because they're also all stuck in wool still. The wool.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, and note what they're doing here. They're all touching wood, so to speak, right?
So superstitions, right?
Yep.
What superstitions do you have?
Me? I like touching wood.
No, what? Good God, it's not a superstition. Well,
right.
And I wonder what other superstitions everybody else has. Because that's what it's all about.
This is a real like okay, well, it's bad luck to have her on the boat. If she's on the boat, she should have her titties out. Blah blah blah. Whatever. Fuck off. But this one is they're supposed to touch the post, or bad luck will be on them. Everybody on the ship has to touch the post. Personally, do I believe in any superstition kind of things? I don't think so. I don't really think that anything like. Wait. If I hear somebody puts away their winter clothes too early and it snows, I'll usually blame it on them. I'll usually say it's because you put away your fucking winter clothes too soon. Like, way to go.
Yeah. Exactly.
Sorry. distracted.
Fergus and Marcelly.
For Sally! Hashtag for Sally!
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck, I love her face so much.
I just want to squeeze it. I think she is part of our family, only she doesn't even quite know it yet, because how she portrays on this series is actually how we act in our own home.
You mean sass.
Exactly.
And,
yeah. Okay, but we do it with a smile. That's the only difference.
You might do it with a smile. I don't always do it with a smile. No, I absolutely love Lauren Lyle. She is the shit. I absolutely adore her. Her podcast is fantastic. If you haven't heard it, it's called She's a Wreck. You can listen to it anywhere that you get your podcasts. And what she does is she interviews women and talks to them about their favorite books, shows, that are written by women and produced by women. So it's a really great thing. I love the way she acts like she's like the same height as Jamie.
Yeah,
she's like,
exactly.
Bring it, bro. Yeah.
Oh, but she is not stupid. She knows, putting that towards her. I could be ruining your marriage. It's up to you.
Mm-hmm. You take your pick, buddy.
Yeah, exactly. What I say goes. If I tell them he ruined me, everybody will believe it. So you want to take that on? Go right ahead.
Yep.
It's like a 1700 FU.
Yeah, exactly. And the way her head is bent so far back.
Yeah.
It's like her neck is cranked, but it's like she's looking at him dead in the eye. She's like.
But you know what I find so funny is Fergus. He just stands there and he's got this slightest little grin on his face, like, oh, there's no point saying anything. She'll just say it all.
It's like there's a part of him that, yes, he wants her to respect Jamie, but at the same time, he knows he has a strong woman on his hands. Yeah. It's almost exactly the same as I've got a Claire. So Dad, Jamie, you like understand what's happening here. I love you, but she's got her own mind. If I try to stand in between the two of you, I'm going to get ripped to shreds. So
the one thing I am happy about, that, Marcelly made it on the ship and she's going to stay on the ship, is that she kind of got away from her mom, at such an early age, because you can only imagine, because daughters tend to grow up being like their moms.
But the thing is, her mom was only like that around Jamie, though. So you can't and because of Jamie, she was probably a really good mom.
No, and I'm not saying she's not a good mom. So, it's just taking from her mom's experience with men, right?
Right.
Because Marcelly's seen her mother get abused. They were abused. It's good that she got away at a young age and could see what true love really looked like.
Yeah,
and so she wouldn't be scarred away from men. So
absolutely. Yeah. And see that, and I love this part too, but I completely agree what you were saying there.
Yeah.
The trunk, where she goes to the trunk and she opens it and sees all the stuff from way back when.
Yeah, exactly.
There's the yellow dress.
After 20 years. Look at her face. I love her face. It's like, what? Are you kidding me? You actually saved it?
Yeah. It's like, you don't throw this kind of shit away. It's not like clothes were disposable back then. Like they weren't. You paid a lot of money to get this stuff made.
Exactly.
And plus, go ahead.
Go ahead. It's just we're all excited. We just want to talk all at the same time.
Well, and Marcelly, like a lot of the stuff that she was wearing or would wear was, stuff that was redone from Claire's clothes, right?
Exactly. So. She would have had a lot of clothes from Paris.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
And I'm sure she didn't bring them all. I'm sure she fit them all into one trunk and away she went, because some of those dresses, like that red dress, would have needed a trunk all on its own.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
And it would have had to be seriously repurposed.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. If anything, man, I would have cut it out for the material at least and brought that back to Scotland. You could have made some fancy stuff out of that.
For sure.
Yeah.
And then, of course, here goes with the bad luck. Somebody didn't touch the post.
Yeah. And
Okay.
again, this was
Mhm.
done on the sound stage.
Yeah.
Like the lower you went into the ships, I think depending on the ship, it either had just 2 decks or 3 decks.
Mhm.
But just for lighting purposes, they just had to do it on a sound stage. So
Right.
it makes
Yeah.
sense, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Drag
And
all that
still.
lighting equipment down a hole. Doesn't make any sense at all.
Uh, well, no. And, you've got cameramen, boom men,
Yeah, exactly.
you've got all that kind of equipment and stuff.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
yeah. And, and you having, I mean, Claire there to do all the fixings up. And you gotta love when you get talked down to like that too.
Right?
Accidents. Oh, I'm sure you believe that.
Yeah, whatever. Ass.
Yeah.
Well, and I like how she just stands there. Oh, she's just doing her Claire stance, right?
Yep.
Arms folded, nose in the air, and
Yeah.
rolling of the eyes.
You betcha. Oops. Sorry, guys.
Stop banging a microphone.
That was actually
Grounded.
my headset banging the
Oh.
microphone. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I turned my head. I was reading something.
I got a glare coming off Jamie behind me here.
You do.
I have a Jamie and Claire cut out behind me, behind my chair, and I think the light is hitting Jamie, and his heart is glowing.
I'm kind of glad that the show didn't make Jamie as sick on, like he's sick. He's got
Yeah.
motion sickness from the boat, but it isn't as bad as it was described in the books. So,
But he does look a trifle under the weather.
oh yeah, he looks pretty green.
And I love this conversation that they have, about love and all of that, And Jamie still though.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah,
Being
he's just
stubborn.
being a stubborn fart.
It's not up to you, son of a who cut your hair last.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is too, is that, Jamie likes to forget what it's like to be in love, right? And he's thinking of Marcelly not so much just as any young girl. He's also thinking of her as his daughter.
Exactly. Well,
right?
And he knows Fergus's history, right?
Uh-huh.
So you're just messing around with her to better. That's it, right?
Yeah. Which is kind of also a dick thing to say.
Yeah.
Because, even though that's been Fergus's history, does he really think that Fergus would do that with his daughter?
Exactly.
Right? Like, take 2 seconds, buddy, and think before you speak. And because Fergus has a little bit more respect, I think, not only for himself, but for Jamie, than just to do something like that.
Exactly. And it kind of freaks me out a little bit that you call Fergus his son and Marcelly his daughter, because his son and daughter, that just, you kept saying it over and over again. I kept
it's true. Fergus is his son. Fergus is his adopted son. And Marcelly is his stepdaughter.
I know, but when you're having a conversation,
as brother and sister, they never grew up as brother and sister. So that's not a thing. Ugh. A woman's bare breasts calm everything, don't they?
Oh, yeah. Calm everything but one thing.
Anything.
Yeah.
They calm a crying baby. That's what they calm.
Exactly. That's their only intent is for a freaking crying baby. Oh my gosh. And how did it take so many centuries for people to finally say, oh, is that what they're for? And it still doesn't help.
No, it doesn't help at all. And this is Charlie Hyatt is Captain Leonard's actual name. His real name in real life.
I wonder who cuts their hair. Do they use a knife? Do they just let it grow?
I think they probably just let it grow, and then they might probably. I think they had scissors back then too.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure they did. I think scissors existed.
I have no idea. Now I'm going to have to look up the history of scissors. Oh, and maybe puke to go along with it.
Oh,
Oh, Willoughby, go
come
fix
on
him.
in, Yi Tencho.
Yeah,
Come on, guy. Help him out.
yeah. I love how he goes through the description of what happens to a man's body when he throws up, including his balls being sucked up into his body.
If you do it too hard and for too long,
The
this is what can
retching.
happen. Yep.
Yep, the retching, it will happen.
Yep.
Yep, there
And
it goes.
that was pretty much taken right from the book.
Yeah,
And yeah, but it was a conversation that he didn't have with Jamie.
yeah,
It was Yi Ten Chao and Claire having the
yeah.
conversation outside of Jamie's room
Right, right.
on the ship in order to make Jamie, come to his senses about getting the acupuncture. I love this conversation. Fucking brilliant. Fucking brilliant. These two women together, I love them.
Just
Oh, just so
no fisticuffs. It's just attitude versus attitude.
yeah. She's just
She's so snotty. I just love it.
no.
I see.
Yeah.
Love her hair though. Great wig.
Yeah. And it wasn't a wig. That was her actual hair.
Oh, was that actually
Yeah.
her hair?
Yeah. That's
Oh,
Lauren Lyle's
beautiful.
hair. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I
She
love
loved
it.
that she didn't have to wear a wig. Yeah.
I
But
love those bunk beds though. Those
uh-huh.
are pretty
Those are
cool.
pretty
And
cool,
they
aren't
had
they?
a
With the door.
door. I've never seen them. You
Yeah.
should sell those.
She's like that. The whore's gonna get the big bed then.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, that's a good argument. I'd be known as that for a little while just to get the bigger bed. I don't
Damn
care.
straight. And let's
Jeez.
face it, like Lauren Lyle's kind of like itty bitty, teeny tiny compared to Katrina, who is like a million. Her legs are a million miles long. So
Yeah, exactly.
oh, gee.
And thank goodness he's looking a little bit better.
Yep. Acupuncture works. Who'd have thunk?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried acupuncture?
I have.
You have?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What was it like? Did it work for you or
I tried it for my back probably about 60 years ago.
yeah.
It did work with the other therapies that I was getting at the time.
Yeah.
I've never tried it by itself. Andrew gets it all the time.
Oh, does it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I've never tried it. I'm really curious about it. Like, do they have to use different size of needles, like, and different techniques to put them in? Or I'm just curious about that.
Google machine will tell you everything you need to know about the acupuncture.
I know I could be an expert in acupuncture just by looking at Google.
Mm-hmm.
So,
you could.
by the, after this podcast, if anybody has any questions whatsoever about acupuncture,
go to your own Google.
No, I will now officially be the expert.
No,
so
that
because
is not a true
Google
thing.
has all the answers for everything.
You don't need to ask Phil. You don't need to.
It should be a new segment. Ask Phil.
No.
Yeah,
don't.
That would be cool.
Don't ask Phil. This is really cool.
I love this.
Mm-hmm.
This is so cool. First, I love the brush. Like, that's so cool.
Isn't that the sweetest looking brush? I wonder where he's been keeping that stored.
I don't know. That's pretty awesome.
Where
and I wish I could read what he was writing.
Well,
she looks amazing in this shot. I love the fact that her hair is pulled back. She just looks like, I don't know. I love it.
Yeah. And now we're getting to the point where she's starting to, drop layers of the bat suit, so to speak.
Yeah.
Right? Different pieces are coming off. So the overcoat is gone.
Well, thank goodness, because they are in South Africa, for goodness sake.
True story.
So that worked in her favor for sure.
Yeah. It's it's nice that she's looking a little bit more relaxed, but as each particle of this outfit comes off of her, she looks a little bit more and more Claire like.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. Well, less like where she came from, and we can tend to forget that she hasn't always been there, right?
Yeah. And like how she's got it all,
Bustled
tucked up.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And she's getting to know a little bit more about Iten Cho. So
Yeah. Well, and she cares to know. Like,
and they've been on the boat for quite a while, because it's not just a quick zippity doo dah and you're in Jamaica.
Right. Yeah.
So it's like months.
Yeah. Lots of stuff, lots of time.
Yeah.
Uh,
What a pretty ship. A wooden ship. I don't make those anymore. Not too many anyway. Lunch. I used to have one of those. I used to have a cowbell when I lived in the country.
a cowbell?
Yeah.
That wasn't a cowbell. That was a ship's bell.
No, I know, but I'm saying I used to have a cowbell.
Oh, I see.
A big cowbell when I lived in the country.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And here we go, singing a toony tune.
Yeah, everything is bright and cheery right now, isn't it?
Yeah,
but Claire's on this ship, so I bet you that's not going to last.
Oh, she's going to make her way around.
Yeah. I don't know that a woman would really walk that freely on a boat. All men?
I think she would with, because of Jamie and... Oh, there we go. Yeah. There he looks like a little porcupine.
And they look like they just got caught having sex or something. It's like, I only put my wooden thing in his face. So.
Right. Yeah, he didn't want, and see, it doesn't make any sense. Like, they're like, well, no. I didn't want you to know because he was treating me and not you. Like, that's just the silliest thing I ever heard.
Yeah.
What?
Since when has she ever been like so sensitive?
Right? About that? No, exactly. She would have been like, come on, teach me about that. That's
exactly.
So cool. And I want to know.
Even though Jamie could have felt that way, I think at least Willoughby would have known, oh no, she's a good healer. She would understand. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'll teach her, like it was in the book. Like that was something that would have, been, no, it was, no, I want to learn how to do that.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. And Jamie, he's just like so sensitive since he's been sick. Like,
yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. Always, making it seem like, he has to worry about how she's going to feel.
Yeah, exactly. And I want to know, is that really in his skin? Because they didn't say on the official Outlander podcast, they didn't mention it.
I think they've mentioned it before in other interviews. I'm sure I've heard it somewhere, them saying that it was just makeup. It was just makeup. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure I heard Sam talk about it. I don't know where or when. I can go back and try and find it, but I'm almost
I wondered about that because when I listened to the official Outlander podcast, they didn't mention it. I'm like, damn it. I wish they had question and answer period.
Yeah, I'm pretty positive that it was just makeup.
Yeah. So this is way before they had, like the engines. So if you lose wind when you're on a boat, you just, I'll just fire up the engine. Away we go, as long as you've got enough fuel. Yeah. That is not the case here. When you have zero wind, you're screwed. Yeah. There's nothing to fill those sails, nothing to push that boat forward. So
unless you have like a lot of ships like this back then would have along the bottom, they would have slaves and oars,
exactly,
right? But this particular ship was not equipped with those, so so they would just be having to wait.
Exactly. And again, superstitions, right? There's even superstitions with boats today. Like you shouldn't rename a boat. If you do, you have to have this whole big ceremony. You know, there's of course etiquette with anything that you do as well. But lots of superstitions still.
Yeah. Oh, well, I guess we know who didn't touch the post.
Yeah. I don't know who you're talking about. So Claire's just wandering around the boat, just strolling. She'll take care of a couple people here and there. I can only imagine how boring it would be otherwise. Mind you, for me, I would love to be on a boat. So, just being on that quiet in the middle of the ocean with the moon beaming down on you, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. No,
and then
thanks.
Just talking about the man on the moon and what she saw just before, where people actually landed on the moon. So that's kind of cool.
And then also reminds her of Bree.
Yeah, which is sad.
Yeah.
And her voice is so calming right now. You know what I mean? Like, it's definitely reflective of the atmosphere right now.
Right.
I like it when she talks softly like that and not always sassy.
Well, that's her, when she's alone with Jamie and she's, has time to herself. And this is something that, she has a bit of time where she can reflect and, it's them together. And she starts thinking about Brianna too. And when you think about Brianna and you think about your child, you start missing them.
Melancholy, sad. Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's wearing Brianna's blouse.
Mm-hmm.
And she's been wearing since she got there.
Yeah.
Schmelly McSmellycern.
Reciting the book that she used to read to Brianna, Goodnight Moon.
Yeah.
Which is a pretty popular book.
I don't think I've heard it.
No?
No.
No, it's a very popular book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And her favorite toy, Bunny.
The bunny is the recurring character between Jamie and Claire and Brianna. The rabbit's foot, and it's your little Easter egg to look toward throughout the whole series.
Jamie's seen the bunny on Culloden Moor as well when he thought he was dying.
Yep.
So it's been around, and it will, I'm sure, be around again.
Sooner than we think.
Ooh, what's that mean?
You'll find out.
Rebraiding rope, make it stronger, or I should say line, not rope. Gets smacked around by those in the boat community.
Oh gosh, really?
Yeah. Everything's different. The
suppose.
galley is a kitchen, stuff like that.
Right.
The head is a bathroom. But I think that's just over the boat in this case.
Right.
Poop in a bucket and throw it overboard.
Yum.
Rats. Yep.
You ever wonder where they came from?
Well, they must have been on board.
Right. Yeah.
Of course they were on board. They were off the docks. The docks are full of rats. So if they're docked, of course rats are going to get on board, but they're going to hide.
Yeah. You would try and make sure they didn't have any on board before you get on.
Why does the bilge have so much water? That's my question.
Oh, it's because somebody didn't touch it and they're still looking for them.
Yeah.
They'll find you yet. And that's the thing. Okay, so you get rid of the person that didn't touch the post and all of a sudden, magically, everything's going to be okay again.
Yep. That's what suspicion is all about.
People are crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
Crazy, I tell you.
Yeah, and this is where he gives Claire an education on, sailor superstitions and the whys, so that they can, just get through the whole voyage, right? Of course, she's throwing her, 1900s, 20th century philosophy into everything, but back then it was all about do or die, and these were their superstitions, right?
Yeah, I suppose.
They traveled the world on ships, but for a long, long time, these guys never left the ships. So
right. Well, they would just go from port to port to port to port.
Exactly.
Right. And then we saw Nigel Betts, who was Murphy, who was the ship's cook.
Yeah.
Down in the bilges there. He was like I was really surprised to see him in such a small part
Yeah.
on Outlander, because he is like in so much stuff in
Yeah.
in the UK. Like there's he was in Harlots, he was in Pennyworth and Killing Eve and Casualty, and
Oh, wow.
he was Great and Small. Like he's been in so much stuff. Like I think he's been in EastEnders for like ever. Like it's like Midsummer's Murders, like all like the stuff that's been around forever too.
You go, Kiki. Give him the dirty look.
You don't mess with Hayes,
No.
not with Leslie around.
Exactly. You know, Hayes actually did a dual audition. He actually he did both him and Leslie and Hayes in his interview for the show.
Oh,
when
in
they
his
were
audition for the show?
yeah, when they were reviewing it, they were like, "What's going on? Like, what is he do? Oh, he's auditioning for both parts. Okay, we get it now. Can you imagine sending in your auditioning tape and do both?
Right. That's funny.
So they thought that was pretty clever, and they're like, "Okay, we got to have this guy."
Well, and he's a good actor. I mean, there's no doubt about it. And he does Space Force too with Stephen Cree, and
so freaking funny.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that Space Force. If you guys haven't seen it, look it up. Yeah. I think Stephen Cree put all that together and got all the actors and everything together.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he started it. Yeah. Yeah.
So freaking funny.
Yeah. James McAvoy, Katrina's in it. Yeah, there's
Sam's in it. Yeah. Bunch of people. Yeah, it's pretty funny. It's wildly outrageous and over the top, but you know what? I think they did a great job during that COVID lockdown to keep themselves entertained.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
So one thing you can't see on here that they kind of took out was these guys. Yes, he's sitting on an actual mast, but yeah, they have a harness on. You can't
for sure.
see that, of course, you know. And no, it's not 60 feet up in the air. No, but they are higher up. So just to give, the feeling, right? So, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the beauty of, movie magic, as they say.
Yeah, exactly.
And they did an absolute the visual department on this show they're fucking amazing, because that they make all of this look brilliant. I'm sorry, to me it looks completely realistic.
100%. I can't. Anybody says that doesn't look realistic. I'm sorry, you're out of your gourd, because it truly does.
Yeah.
It really does. They've done, a lot, in some you can see, that doesn't look realistic, but hey, they're honest about in the ocean. It looks good.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
And they did an excellent job with the camera work to make it feel like it's on the ship,
Yeah, absolutely.
And you knew something was going to happen. It's not all a bed of roses.
No, it's fun. It's a fun watch. It's, and I love how everything's building up.
Yeah.
Because something's going to be happening here in just a little tiny bit. It's not just this, Jamie, like, oh, for fuck's sakes, why are my friends such assholes?
Exactly.
Why am I always doing this?
Listen, you have the title,
the big guy,
the King of Men. Just deal with it.
And Yitancho to the rescue.
Exactly.
Let's do this. He knows something's going on. He saw that bird. He knows what's happening. I'm going to bring my audience to me, people, and let's get this on the road. I'm going to settle shit down.
And in the books, it was a pelican.
Yeah.
But could they find a pelican on such short notice? No. And to get it to actually do what you wanted to do? No. It just wasn't, as far as timing and getting the episode out, they just couldn't do it. But you know what's so great about this actor? He memorized all of these lines. There's no cue cards. He memorized the entire story, which I thought was fantastic.
Yeah. It's a monologue. He did a
Yeah.
monologue, and it's a beautiful monologue.
Yeah.
No. So, but that's the thing about, well, and Gary Young is a great actor.
Yeah.
He did an interview with Courtney Williams from Outlander behind the scenes, Outlander
Yeah.
BTS.
Yeah.
And you can find that on YouTube or go to her website.
Yeah.
And it's a great interview, and he talks about the scene. So yeah, definitely check it out.
Oh yeah. You know what? But perfect timing on his part, you
Mm,
know, because he knew it was going to escalate. We don't even know the direction that it could
mhm.
take, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But
And the whole thing from the books, like you were talking about the pelican and stuff like that,
yeah.
that was really, like some things in a book, we've talked about
Hmm.
this before, some things in a book are easy to digest because
Yeah.
your imagination can go places.
Yeah.
Um, Visually, mm, you know, yes, this show is about time travel and stuff like that, but it'd really be difficult to get a pelican to play along. And
Right? Fly
and
at the exact
Mhm.
altitude you needed
Yeah,
to in the right
and
direction. That's not happening.
he had weeks he was training a pelican,
Yeah.
and his character was training a pelican, and it
Yeah.
became his companion, and it
Exactly.
fished for him, and it did all of these things, and so just not the same kind of, you'd never be
Yes.
able to do that. And it didn't fit with
No.
this story at
No.
all. Like it wouldn't have contributed to the plot. It wouldn't have contributed, you
It
know.
would have been on the cutting room floor anyway.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
There's such time constraints and it's such a detailed, in-depth story that
Uh-huh.
they need to keep the guts. And
Yeah.
I don't think they lose anything from it.
No.
And I think they put a lot of time into determining whether or not they need to cut it.
Yeah.
Sometimes they've ran short and they've had to go and not
Mm-hmm.
redo, but add scenes in,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So that didn't happen a lot, but it did happen.
Mm-hmm.
So they tried to stick to the time that they had for each episode based on writing that episode.
Mm-hmm.
But
And the monologue
yeah,
in the show, I now see when he gets into this part where women are coarse and rank as
yeah,
bears, won't even, like in the book, it was much more vile.
yeah,
This, it's your heart almost breaks for
I
him,
know.
right? It's but in the book, it was he was, it was a lot different.
Oh
Gary
yeah,
Young gave this
he gave it
perform oh,
life,
he
you
did,
know,
and a beauty, to it.
and it captured every
Uh-huh.
single person though,
Yeah.
because every single person either felt sorry for you or they could relate, right?
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. It was he did a magnificent job on it. Yeah.
And I love this part. They think that he's going to jump off,
Yep.
right? Because you
Uh-huh.
see everybody moving, right?
Mhm.
But he actually really did throw these papers. They
Mhm.
loved how it turned out that they actually CGI'd more
Right.
papers.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, it wouldn't have, been able to turn out exactly what they needed it to look like.
exactly. But it was so close and they
Mhm.
loved what he did that they just
Mhm.
put in a few more papers, that's all.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And I think the relationship between Willoughby and Claire grows, as they get to learn a little bit more about each other. But you got to remember, they're both outsiders,
Yep.
both of them. So she can relate to him better and see him differently than the others, I think, anyway.
Right. Mhm. Well, and Hayes owes him his life right now, so
Yeah.
yeah. And
But lots of visual effects in this episode, but
oh, yeah,
just
one after
beautiful.
the other. Yeah.
Oh, love it.
Mhm. But the beauty of the number of visual effects is them being so seamless,
Yeah, exactly.
right? Is not catching every single one.
Yeah,
Uh,
exactly. I agree.
and I love that Claire actually thanked him. Like, I mean, you know, he knew that the wind was coming. He knew that the ship was going to start moving. He didn't have to do anything. Hayes
No.
could have went overboard and it wouldn't have changed how his day was going to end up at all.
And remember what he told Claire before, right? No, I can't tell you about it until it's done, until, you know, I want to let it go and set it free. And so the circumstance, he thought, okay, you know, to best help everybody else, I'll let it be. And he's feeling now that weight lifted, and that it was for him, but it was also for everybody else. So
even though he doesn't get the respect or the understanding or any of those things from most of the people aboard that ship, except for Claire, like I said, she did say thank you, and at least there was that. I mean, and now we're gonna have some ship sex.
Well, they need some ship sex because it's been a rough little while for the two of them. So
so well, everybody's distracted by the boat moving. Now get the boat moving down there.
Exactly.
And whatever it is she's on, I hope it's not too because imagine if that was rice or something. Oh my God, it'd start poking you in the bum. Oh, that would
rock
hurt.
it, baby. Rock it slowly. Take it easy, don't you know?
No.
Yeah, I don't think they're taking it easy though.
No, I don't think so. She's gonna have burlap burn on her butt.
Yeah, exactly. That's just where they keep the extra lines and the extra sails. So it was just a sail all rolled up that he had her
there you go.
propped up against.
Oh, it's all right then. Now he's being the king of men and whispering the wonderful words into her ears.
Yeah, you have white hair.
Yeah, but he doesn't say it like that.
No, I know. I'm just teasing.
Oh, see.
Oh, king of all men.
Yeah. Told you. You say stuff like that, and that's what makes people love you.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and Jamie, you are the king of all men. We all know it.
Well, at least around here, anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I think Outlander fandom, I don't think you'll hear too many people disagree.
Well, there's some people out there that aren't big, huge, you know,
Jamie fans. I know some prefer like Tobias and, you know, things like that. I totally get it, you know. I get that. But kudos to Tobias. He's an amazing actor.
He is.
Like, he played 2 roles. Come on.
Yeah, but I think we, you know, whatever our personal preferences are, I don't think there's any reason to hate on anybody. I think Sam and Jamie are both pretty spectacular, no matter which way you look at it.
I got sidetracked because in the previous scene when they were still in the sail room, there was a boot there in the corner, and it looked like a really big dick. So just saying, next time you do your rewatch,
a boot,
the boot looked like a dick.
Oh, I will.
Dick propped up in the corner.
Okay, guys. Well,
just
must go back and look after this.
Yep, veins and all.
Wow, a veiny dick boot.
Yep.
I'm gonna go back and look at the veiny dick boot after this.
Alrighty.
Oh boy, here comes trouble. Yeah, that didn't last long.
Well, and Jamie knows that, you know what, hey, we need to, I need to go hide.
Yeah. And if anything happens, you got to go find Ian.
Yeah, exactly. And you know that Claire will. If something happened to Jamie, you knew that Claire still would.
Yeah, but is it something going to happen to Jamie?
Right? You got to admit that man has the worst luck ever.
Right. Oh, shoot. This guy is Charlie Hyatt. This is Captain Leonard.
Yes.
I was talking about Captain Rains earlier. It was Richard Dillion from the last.
I was wondering, I'm like, am I who say? I don't know. She didn't say that.
Yeah, I did. I made a boo-boo.
Yeah, but he had no choice. Half the people on his ship are dead.
Yeah, well, but at the same time, he could have just shouted. I mean,
right? Do they have bullhorn? Yeah. Right.
Like he could have cupped his hands around his mouth and went, "Hey, everybody, you guys got a doctor? People are dying over here."
Assert his authority, I think, probably was the reason why.
Yeah, well, he could bring his COVID over.
Right. Keep your COVID on your boat, buddy.
Right. But no, had to come and bring your COVID over to their boat.
Yeah.
And now Claire's going to go and look at their COVID for them. Oh, such a bad idea, man.
So she was a nurse before. Why didn't she recommend that everybody wear a mask? Oh, there's food for thought right there.
Well, because I think the problem was that it wasn't airborne. It wasn't an airborne thing. It was from their hands, and it was, it's not an airborne thing.
I don't know.
It wasn't.
Something they don't know about.
Yeah, she's going to teach them. She's going to help them, Jamie. She's going to go aboard. She's going to make sure they can get all settled, and then she's going to come back right away.
Yeah.
Because that's exactly how things happen when Claire's involved.
Exactly. Just a simple storyline, just chill, buddy. It's not like anything else has ever happened in all the seasons of Outlander that would surprise you.
Right. You just, you know this is good. Right?
Yeah. Yeah,
she promises.
She's just going on the other ship. That's all. She'll be right back. She's just going to have a look.
Promise.
Exactly.
Easy peasy.
Ain't nothing gonna go wrong here.
Nothing.
Because it's just all about their true love and just them being together, and that's how it's gonna work out.
I love this shot, how it makes the ships kind of like they don't move, but all of a sudden they're like a mile apart.
Yeah, exactly.
Jamie's like, I'm watching what's happening over there.
Yeah. You're not gonna see her when she gets
on the ship. And that would have taken like good hour and a half.
Oh yeah. Paddle away, especially if the seas had any kind of wind or anything, for sure.
Love how she has her skirts all tucked up.
Yeah, me too.
Love how that looks.
It's almost like a little Bo Peep kind of look.
Yeah.
But I love that whole get up. I love it. It's nice. My favorite outfit is from season 5, but we'll just wait till we get to season 5.
Yeah, well, we're still in 3, so
I know.
Whoa, hold your roll.
How come we're so slow at this? Oh my God. I need to be faster.
Well, twice a week, man. Twice a week.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and with the twice a week, the whole reason we decided to do twice a week is by, coming close to the end of the year, we will have gotten through seasons 1 to 5.
Right.
And then maybe season 6 shortly after.
Ew.
Oh, so something about the vomit. They made the vomit to smell worse than actual vomit. So their reaction is just true.
Well, and the thing is that they said that they didn't intend to, but once it got so hot and it was in there for so long, it just started smelling really badly. But
I think the reaction, I think it's nice to have that
it's
natural
lovely.
Reaction. Yeah.
Whenever you hear the splatter, whenever you it's and the looks of the people, the pallor of the skin, and
that's awesome.
It's just awesome. She says, makes me want to fucking vomit, and she's like, yeah, it's awesome. Jeez.
Do that to our sister. I think we mentioned this before.
Yeah.
Do that to our sister and she'll puke on the spot.
Yeah, you just literally make the sound. And
oh, we should have did a disclaimer earlier that every time we go for those that are sensitive to sound, you might throw up.
Too bad.
Oh my God.
No
Sorry,
disclaimer.
guys.
Never mind.
I know, we're just too late.
And you're like really loudly doing that right into your mic. Like,
I'm
so
sorry,
loud.
but if I'm throwing up, really I'm almost peeing myself. So I don't know about you guys, but I can't. I have to sit on the toilet while I'm puking. I have to because I'm afraid I'm gonna pee or poop myself.
Oh my God, there's some information you all did not need to have, but now you
Well,
oh.
seriously, don't tell me. Don't tell me. I get the whole, and
You are not, yes, you are not the only one.
I am not sticking my head in a toilet to puke.
Yeah.
Ugh, ugh, no way. No freaking way.
Oh my God. Well, you can't because your ass is already on it. So
No, but I see so many movies where people have their face in the toilet, and if anything is going to make me throw up, God, it's going to be that. Jesus.
Oh my God. I think maybe we can move on from the vomit talk.
Because I can't get a toilet out of my head.
Oh, there's Elias.
Oh, he's so young.
I love this kid. This kid, Elias Pound. His real name is Albie.
Albie, really?
Albie. Oh, wow. Albie Marber
awesome.
is his real name. I love his little face so much.
And Claire, just a look on her face is she's still surprised, like, oh, okay, you can help me. Are you sure? He's all right.
I just finished watching a 3-part series that Albie was in.
Oh, really? What was it on?
In it for very long, but it was called Trauma.
Trauma.
Mm-hmm. He was in it for like a little while.
Is he English? Do you know?
Yeah. But yeah, he was in Trauma. He was murdered, and that was in the story.
And a snotty little.
He looks like a troll. He looks like a little troll.
Oh, why did she ask him? How the hell would he know why they're moving? But whoop, there goes the sales. They're going to pick up speed fast.
No, he's Murphy.
What are you talking about?
I got my notes all mixed up. We're going to totally have to do this over again.
No way, man. Just do your correction at the end. We'll do corrections at the end. Hey, this is not a perfect freaking podcast. It's just us. No, well, okay, and maybe everybody else watching, listening to, but I keep forgetting. Oh my God.
I was talking about Elias Murphy and all the stuff that he's been in.
Yes.
And I was talking about the wrong cook. I was talking about this cook. This is what happens when I get cooked before a podcast.
Oh, okay. All right. So now that this episode is over and, Claire's off to God know where, God knows where. She's, off on a different, adventure now because that was totally unforeseen. Yes. Okay, so what errors did we make in saying who was who in the zoo?
I made the mistake.
Okay.
I made the mistake because I thought Murphy was on the ship that they were on before. He was on the one that she just climbed onto, and he was the troll guy. And I clued in because I recognized him, but I wasn't paying attention earlier because I was still all wrapped up.
Okay, so you thought the cook that was on the boat that Claire's on now was on the boat that Jamie's on now.
Right. And I was saying all the shows that he has been in, all on and on and on. But I was doing that I was like, oh yeah, the cook Murphy.
Right.
And it was way after the scene.
Because I had wondered, because we haven't seen the cook yet from the first boat. So it's all good.
I thought we did while he was in the bilge.
You know what thought did?
I thought I farted, but I shit myself. That's what our mother used to say.
Yeah. Anyway, I wish we could put that on a t-shirt.
But we will. It'll be in our Redbubble store. Now, see, that's why I said that, because I had a brain fart and I was like, oh, that was Murphy in the bilge. And then, all of a sudden I was like, no, wait, Murphy's on the other boat. So I remembered once I got, now see, this is what happens when.
And he's in the galley, not the bilge.
He was in the bilge on the other boat, but he wasn't in the bilge on the other boat.
He wasn't.
That was Murphy.
No,
This is what I'm saying.
Oh God, if you guys are
Right?
not confused, then you are amazing. Absolutely amazing. Well, I can't believe season 3, episode 9, The Doldrums, done.
But Murphy is the ship's cook. And he was the one that was in all of those different shows that I listed earlier.
Gotcha.
Right? And
Excellent.
I made the mistake of saying if it was the guy in the bilge, and it wasn't.
Okay, we are
And then I
definitely fading
also
to black on this fucking episode.
No, we have to make the correction.
Okay, yes, go for it.
Because I also mistakenly called the other guy Captain, calls him? Captain Leonard.
Okay,
Captain
guys, I am
Leonard.
so sorry, but all of her medication is kicking in right now. All of her CBD is kicking in right now.
This is not CBD. No,
Yeah.
this is
But
not.
I definitely think people should go and check out our merch. So where can they check out the merch?
Oh, we have a Redbubble store.
Okay.
So go to the Redbubble store and it's SIssues Redbubble store.
It's a SIssues podcast, sister. So SIssues. So.
And yeah, and I think I should put that probably on our website at some point. And
that'd be awesome.
Yeah, if you go to Redbubble and you search SIssues, you will find our store. And
there's some pretty cool stuff on there.
We have a lot of the stuff a lot of stuff that we say, like son of a sea sucker and
kiss my red rosy elbow,
bite my left
elbow.
What else?
But yeah, go on and check it out, guys. It's lots of fun stuff. So, and some sister stuff too. So,
like if you have middle sister, older sister, I'm the best sister, you can get yourself that shirt.
Yeah.
Your other sister, the shirt that says I'm an asshole, We've got all sorts of stuff out there for you.
Awesome. All righty.
All right.
Holy shit, sis.
Alrighty. I love this pseudonym. So Lions, Tigers, and Bears on Reddit has this to say about her interactions as a child.
This one's so cute. I must have been about 7 and my sister was 4. She was stretched out on the couch and I kept telling her to move over so I could sit down. Initiate full-on wrestle fighting between us. And I finally got the upper hand, so I stretched out full length on my stomach on the sofa so she couldn't sit this time. Little bitch bit me on the ass.
Telling you, that little 4-year-old is so smart. And I know we've had many wrestling matches and it normally ended up with someone sitting on someone.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
For sure. But that's a smart 4-year-old.
Oh my God.
There.
She bit the juiciest.
No. You want to sit down in my spot? I'll get you. Mm-hmm. That was awesome.
Yep.
That was short but sweet, but really good. So thanks so much, Lions, Tigers, and Bears for sharing.
I would totally bite you in the ass.
Yeah, well, there's a whole lot of chewing there, sister. So good luck with that. My ass is not small by any means. All right, guys, we want to hear your holy shit sis little stories. So visit us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or you can go to our website, SIssues.ca.